Hello everyone and welcome to iRacing. Yes, this is my first commentary video on one of my iRacing events. Recently...
The track temp is 51 Celsius.
Getting interrupted by my engineer there. Recently I made the step up into the world of PC gaming and iRacing. I'm really happy to finally...
Number 20.
God. Try and do an opening, as we nearly run into the back of the car ahead. Try and do an opening and we keep getting interrupted by our engineer. But yes, either way, I'm really happy to be finally in the world of iRacing. It's been a goal of mine for, well, ever since I started sim racing to get into the world of iRacing. And I entered sim with the highest of expectations, and I'm really delighted to say that those expectations have been exceeded. It's such an amazing platform. Yes, there's the argument that it's really expensive, but the racing you get and the quality racing you get is superb. So I thought I would demonstrate that superior quality of racing by showing you an absolute clusterfuck of a race. This is the Carburetor Cup. This is, for those of you who don't know iRacing, this is an unranked event, so it doesn't account toward your safety rating, which is good for those two that have wrecked on the formation lap. Yeah, it kind of sets the tone as it goes on. So we're here in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series cars at Daytona for a 15-lap race. Like I said, it's unranked, so there's no consequences for collisions or accidents or anything like that. So kind of gives you an idea of what to expect. I'm still relatively new to the series of iRacing events and still adjusting competition on oval races. I've done oval racing before, but that was on Forza Motorsport in series organised by Tora. Bit different from all this, a lot more intense. Here we go for the start of the race. Thankfully, I wasn't really ready for the start, but neither it seems was anybody else. We managed to get a good jump on half of the field here. It seems we're on the outside line as we come down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Initially, I'm thinking from the experience I've had of oval racing before, I kind of want to be on the inside. I prefer the inside line, so we managed to get down to the inside line fairly quickly. Just make a little bit of contact with the number 5 car ahead of us as he comes down to hold the inside line. And we've still got a car on the outside, as you can hear my spotter telling me, so we don't really have any room to use the run that we built there into turn 3. Now we've finally got a little bit of breathing room, so I can go to the outside if I wanted to, but I thought that the inside line would be making all the progress, but as you can see, cars ahead of me don't really seem that lined up, not too organised at all. So it's actually the outside lane that is has all the momentum initially here. You see the number 5 car just doesn't seem to be able to maintain a smooth line. Every couple of seconds he's kind of waggling all over the track, and it doesn't give me any confidence to be able to work with him to push him, see if we can try and get a move going. So at this stage I'm already feeling a little bit wary. As you can see, a huge move up there from the 5, almost comes up into the top lane, hits the 36 car. Again, majorly having to check up on the exit of turn 4. 5 car just all over the place really. Oh, there's another big moment there. And it's at this point that I'm already thinking I need to be on the outside lane here. It's the number 5 car just does not look like it wants to make any progress at all, to be honest. So I'm just waiting for the number 3 car to clear me, and then waiting for my spotter. Gives us the all clear so we can move up. But already number 5's checked up again, and we're going to draw alongside him, and we're going to use the slipstream of the 24 car, which we actually end up battling for the entire race here, me and the 24. I think from this point onwards we don't really leave each other. You see a car ahead of us giving us proof that aliens exist in iRacing by jumping every now and again. That's always an unnerving sight when you're trying to do pack racing. You see here, I thought we were going to have a big wreck there as a car ahead of us managed to go into the infield through the tri-oval, but luckily and somehow I managed to all keep it in a straight line. So gaining a position there, the 24 on the inside, and now we're up behind. We're up behind the Citgo car, just ahead of us, 21. Car ahead of it, put into the wall there. Oh, That was close. Must admit, I knew that was coming, but I didn't know which lap, and that kind of made me jump in the voiceover as well. Car just, I think he must have got loose while trying to bump draft the car ahead of him, and luckily we were able, just close enough or far enough behind to be able to avoid him without any consequences for ourselves. So we're up to P11. Started 10th, so we are a little bit down, but that chaotic start really didn't help us. We kind of got swamped by the field when we got stuck on the inside lane, but the inside lane looks a little bit better now. 24 car looks a lot more stable than those that were ahead of me before. Problem is the number 5 car is still there ahead of us, so you can see him, the blue car just ahead of the green Spotify car ahead of me. The number 5 car, oh look at that, I think he pushed that car down. Oh, and here's the big one, and we're in it. No way we can avoid that. It looked like the 5 car got into the back of the car ahead of him and turned him into the rest of the field, and we're getting wrecked by those who are still wrecking. No way you can really avoid that. And the annoying thing about this unranked series is there's no cautions, so kind of just got to get back to the pits as quickly as possible. And it's not helped when the 24 car just kind of blindsides us, decides to sweep up the track on the way back to the pit lane. No idea what the 24 was doing there. So we're crawling back into the pits. Luckily we have a fast repair, so for this first incident we're able to come in and get the car repaired straight away, no delay. So thankfully we're able to get back into the race pretty quickly, but obviously now our chances of winning are completely gone. There's no way we can really come back at this, but hopefully we can avoid the carnage of exiting pit road. We might be able to leave the field in a relatively strong enough position to beat all those who were in the wreck with me. So we accidentally took tyres there. I wasn't necessarily planning on doing that, but nevertheless it's brought us out right alongside the 24 car. Again, see, we can't be separated. Up through the gears on the pit exit. And we've actually got a little bit more confidence in the 24 car on the pit entry, on the pit exit rather. This is one of the things I practiced, and thankfully that paid off because we're able to take a lot more speed than the 24 car through pit exit. We actually draw alongside him on the apron, coming to rejoin the track, and we're still side by side, fighting over the slipstream of the car ahead to try and give either of us an advantage in this side-by-side battle that we have, but thankfully I just about managed to pull clear time to then be able to go around the number 2 myself around the outside of turn 3, the exit of 4. So it looks like this pack here that I'm with now is going to be the pack that I'm battling with for the remaining few laps. Sadly we are a lap down, so this is now a 14 lap race for us instead of a 15 lap race. But it looks like I'm going to be battling this group of 4 cars laps of this race. The goal is to just try and stay ahead of them and hope some other cars ahead of us wreck. We have a chance of maybe getting back into the top 10 or something like that. Got the 24 car firmly on our mirrors now. Feel a little bit more comfortable actually leading the way. As we see, there's a couple of cars spinning ahead of us. Able to keep the throttle pinned and everybody kind of spins down onto the apron, so there's a couple of positions for us. Come to the end of the lap, let's see where the relative puts us now that we've jumped those few cars. We are now into 9th place. No, Spotter said 8th, but the relative says no, so we'll go with 9th now. So back into the top 10, relatively decent considering the massive pile-up we had. And there's one car ahead of us here that gaining on massively thanks to the push from behind, and we're just going to breeze past him, freight training him basically around the outside, and the speed he's going, he'll join our pack now. So we had lost the 4th member of our pack, but now we've gained another member, so we're still in a 4-car pack for this battle here, and let's see where we are at the end of this lap just to see what we're fighting over here. Now into 7th place, far off of the top 5. The remaining 2 drivers ahead of us, 5th and 6th, are like 8 seconds up the road now. So realistically, we're not going to catch them. They're working together as well. Our pack advantage isn't really helping us here. We've just got to hope there's a couple more incidents so that we can possibly break into the top 5. See here, depending on the 24 car, I kind of want us to remain in a formation so that we can just run as cleanly as possible, but the 24 car looks like he wants to race us. He caught me napping there a little bit on the exit of 4. I accidentally gave him the inside line here. I was hoping that the car behind, the 13 car, was going to give us a push, but he tried and then went into the outside wall, so didn't really work out for me there. I've lost positions now to the 24 and the 8 car. We're now ahead of us. But luckily, there's still a few more laps here, and I can hopefully try and slipstream past them within the final 5 laps. It's lap 10 of 15 now, and like I said, we're a lap down, so we've got 4 laps remaining at the end of this one. We're on the outside line here, trying to size up where I could possibly make a move later in the race, but unfortunately, with the 8 and the 24 car ahead of us working so well together and remaining nose to tail, it's really hard for me to make a move unless the 8 tries to make a move on the 24. So I can draw alongside the 8, then the 8 uses the bumping from the 24, or with the 24, to pull ahead. It's shit out of luck here, is it? At the moment, I go wide here to try and use the slipstream with the lapped car here, the 69 car of all cars. But unfortunately it's not enough of a benefit to get me alongside the 8 or the 24, and what's more, the 13 car has now taken my spot in the queue on the inside, so I've actually lost a position out of all of that. It's a little unfortunate, but we've still got a couple of laps here, so we'll see what we can do. Coming on to lap 12 of 15, 12 of 14 for us because we're a lap down. Get a little bit of a run here, but again, they're covering the inside well enough that I can't really do anything with it. Can't really push the 13 because he was too close to the 8 on that occasion, and we probably would have caused a massive accident. Still just about alongside the 13, but we can't quite pull far enough ahead to clear him. Settle in. We've got the 69 car bumping us now, if that what you will. But it looks like he's not very good at bumping us. He's once again hit the outside wall after the bump. 13 car skipping a little bit here. Not the best connection, but thankfully he gets stable again and we pull it into the slipstream. So this is going to be our penultimate lap of the race. Or our final lap of the race. No, penultimate lap of the race for us. We're on the outside of the 13 once again. 8 car looked like he was going for a move on the 24 there, so I was hoping to use his slipstream to pull us forward so I could bump him and then get past the 24, but he pulled back into line and we lost the momentum. I lost the momentum, so back into the formation we go. Just hoping somehow to be able to get a run. So you can see here we're about to come on to our final lap of the race, so I'm backing up as much as possible to try and get a massive slingshot past the cars ahead, but unfortunately I can't back up as much as I wanted because the 69 car is there and I don't want him to interfere. So we get our white flag now. This is our final lap of the race. We've got as good of a run as we're going to get on the 13 car. Now it looked like he held a gap there. Looked like he held the door open a little bit there and it closed right as I made the move, and I don't know whether he remained unstable after the little contact we made there, but he's then taken himself and the 8 into the wall. Now it's a straight fight between me and the 24 car for the final half a lap, and we've got a good gap to him here, so we should be able to use the slipstream through turns 3 and 4 to try and bring us alongside. Tries to push us up the racetrack as far as possible to make the distance that I'm travelling as great as possible, but momentum on the outside line is going to carry us through. Come to the line, I'm moving down to try and cover him off, and we make a little bit of contact there. And as we cross the line, he goes into the wall. We managed to take 5th right at the line there. So, a bit of a messy race, as you might expect, here in an unranked NASCAR race at Daytona. But still, it's really good fun. I mean, even the chaotic races like this one are still much better than some of the races I've done before, or some of the public lobbies I've done on Forza, for example. Those are absolutely terrible compared to this, as we narrowly avoid the 24 car there as he wrecks to end his race. But yeah, it's even chaotic races like that are still so much fun. The iRacing service really does provide some fantastic racing. And once again, I'm so glad that I was finally able to make the jump to come to the iRacing service. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, my first commentator video on one of my iRacing events. I'll be sure to do a couple more of these in the future that'll hopefully be of a better racing quality, some actual official series races. I plan on doing more NASCAR and IndyCar stuff, because as many people from Toro know me, I'm the Briton who wants to be an American. But yes, that'll have to wait until next time. Until then, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for some more iRacing content in the future, and I'll see you next time. Take care.